Action.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Hey, welcome to Garage Comedy. I'm Skyduck, Pokemon number 54.
That's the name you said last time, but we'll run with it
It's
anyways.
Pokemon based. Welcome to our Pokemon episode. This is...
Dustin Jackson. There you go.
Yeah,
Dustin
right.
Jackson. That's the name I always go by.
And today with us we have two Pokemon. We have number 62, Furret.
162.
162, Furret, and we have...
268, Zigzagoon.
Yeah.
We caught them this morning.
Oh,
wow. Zigzagoon is very tense. Like you said, his little heart's throbbing. He's a little camera shy.
Yeah. Well, this one can be found in any tall grass outside of our studio.
You did your homework.
I played a lot of Ruby and Sapphire.
Good joke.
Yes.
This one is evolved from Sentret. That's all I know. I didn't do my homework. But we have a lot of Pokemon-related issues to discuss.
Yeah. So we're just going to kind of go into it. We came up with some fun stuff. We don't have any real comments to play with.
Yep, and we just realized something that we should probably post the second episode before we look for comments for the third episode. But it's a process. You're learning with us.
Yes, and alright, Bandit, don't. Alright. Anyways, we came up with some great Pokemon subjects here, like the best Pokemon ever.
What's your answer?
I
know mine.
You know yours? Okay.
Aerodactyl. A flying stone pterodactyl. Actually, we talked about dinosaurs last time, didn't we?
Well, it is kind of a dinosaur-ish Pokemon.
Yeah,
that's the thing. He comes from a fossil.
You got him from a fossil, and he was by far the best thing that you could get from a fossil. The other one was like a shellfish. No, they were both shellfish.
They were both... Well, no. One was like a shellfish that turned into like a weird scythe.
Yeah, like a mantis.
Yeah, like a weird... armored mantis thingy.
But Scyther was the cooler one of those two.
Yeah. Well, was it? Okay. My favorite is... See, we're going like 151 and below because everything after that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. We'll get into worst Pokemon, and it's definitely like
we have
152 on.
Ooh, we should probably start the timer. Just throwing that out there.
So, like, minus, what, 2 minutes? I'm going to say
Whatever.
we've been talking for 2 minutes. Oh, 2 minutes!
Whatever. Anyways, my favorite... Well, I have, like, two. Right. Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan.
Hitmonlee's where it's at, dude.
Those guys were the shit.
Yeah. Hitmonchan I never got. Like, I love boxing, but Hitmonlee, you had, like, the jump kicks, all that stuff.
See, Hitmonchan was like... It's like Jackie Chan, and then Hitmonlee was like...
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, basically. Yep. I mean, but to be fair, he kind of more had a little, like, Chuck Norris in him?
Yeah.
All the kicking shit.
I have a question that we need answered. In the world of Pokemon... Where are the guns?
They're strangely vacant.
There's no guns. How would you solve like any war? Like how is war even fought in Pokemon?
Well, there's no even like holstered Pokemon. Like you pull out like a fucking like tiny Squirtle and just like
just
a bubble or some shit like water spout. What I can't remember all the fucking things. Like
that's water gun by the way.
Whatever.
Like it's literally a gun.
Water gun.
It's a gun.
That's it. Yeah, and the police force is shit.
The police force, which is nothing but clones.
Yeah, they just kind of let Team Rocket do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, like, I don't even think there's a government in Pokemon.
I don't believe that.
I've never even seen an attorney. Like, I've never seen an attorney Pokemon trainer.
There's no judicial system. It's just a world of chaos with these shitty little towns, and then what like the show doesn't show you is outside of these little towns is just rogues and murderers and just terrible shit.
And before they rob you, they have to Pokemon.
Oh yeah, it's like that's like Pokemon World 101.
It's like they're gonna shake you down. But they're only going to take your money if you're Pokemon Fae.
Well, it's like that's a dimension where Pokemon battles are as likely as gravity. It's like they are gravity there.
Isn't that basically what you do, though, as like the main character in a Pokemon thing? Like, you battle people's Pokemon, and then you steal their money.
No, yeah, technically, you just go around the world and slaughter other Pokemon.
To be a professional Pokemon trainer, you're just, like, at the worst, murdering tons of animals, so you, like, advocate genocide. And then, or genocide.
Genocide. Like, you literally crush young kids' spirits.
Yeah, by killing their pets.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't tell me you could just beat the shit out of a metapod and it's gonna be, like, fine after that.
No, like, the second its shell cracks, it's dead.
Yeah.
Like, a butterfly doesn't come out. It's just bug guts.
There's a Harden joke somewhere, like a penis reference we could make. I'm sure.
Well,
it's been made. It has.
My metapod used Harden. It was super effective.
We have a fun subject because we're kind of demented. So, how are wars fought in the Pokemon world? Because there are humans there. So there's like war.
There's gotta be war.
Yeah, there's like a Middle East region that shit's always going on in.
The Middle East Pokemon. It's just nothing but Sandshrews digging just a deeper and deeper hole.
Shitloads of
you just throw garbage in it.
Sandshrews and Sand Slashes and whatever, and Geodudes.
And Digletts.
Yeah, there's just the angriest, shittiest Pokemon in that
the
part
Middle
of the world.
East Pokemon world.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, so Blastoises would just be the artillery.
Yeah, they just shoot giant
just firing
bullets.
Shit, and then
it would just turn into rain.
Yeah, and then you just basically, and then you just kind of throw enough of the garbage Pokemon, like Ratatats and like
they're the infantry.
Yeah,
they're the cannon fodder.
Yeah, we lost the ferrets, by the way.
They fainted.
Whatever.
So much for our Pokemon.
Yeah, right.
That's kind of telling about the kind of Pokemon trainers we'd be. It would be like a Pokemon fight starts, and we just let them out and be like, dude, just go do whatever.
Yeah, just whatever.
We don't care.
Like go ferret, and they just come out. He's like, all right. And he kind of wanders over and like sniffs your shoe.
And I'd be like, it's all right. Nothing in this world matters.
Steals.
There's no starvation.
Yeah, right. There's no government. People are unbelievably well mannered.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, there is a very, very.
Maybe they didn't need a government in the Pokemon world.
It's like a hive mentality. Like there's shitloads of like Nurse Joys.
Yeah.
What if they are like the real rulers of the world?
Ooh.
Nurse Joys. And
think about how much power Nurse Joy has. Like any animal you have that you fought with is dead.
Yeah,
until you bring it to her.
Yeah, she's fainted.
She's basically Jesus. That like all of the Nurse Joys are like the Messiah that keep this world afloat.
They kind of just clone your dead Pokemon and give it back to you. That's all they do.
They just take the old one and burn it.
Yeah, and like Team Rocket is allowed to exist because they don't hurt people. They just challenge them. The Pokemon battles.
Oh.
That's how the regime works.
Yes,
is like that's all you're allowed to do. And no physical violence.
And that's the only way that like the Pokemon centers keep their powers because they keep killing Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to keep going to them.
Oh my god, and the reason why Misty followed like Ash around is because she caused him physical harm, and that's like an unforgivable thing in that universe.
Indentured servitude.
Yeah, so she had to like make it up to him for like eternity.
Is she still with him? I don't think this latest season, but she was around with him
there's
forever.
Like 12 seasons.
Yeah.
And
I started watching this most recent season because it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's really bad.
It's like the same shit. Like Ash is going through the motions at this point, and you can totally tell. He gets off the fucking plane with Pikachu, and he's like, "Oh, Pikachu, it's another Pokemon-filled world!" And then it's like you see the same boring bird Pokemon fly, and he's like, "What's that?"
Yeah, he spends the entire time. He's like no one's ever heard of him when he goes to a new place.
Yeah, like he's fought in all these tournaments, so you clearly don't have any communication. You don't have an internet in the Pokemon
mass media
world.
Except for like very small bits of media.
Yeah, like that. Like it's like Professor Oak tuning in and being like, "Pokemon thing happened today." Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, and like, what if like Professor Oak he made the Pokédex, but it's like super against the laws of Pokemon because it connects and like it's like you can communicate kind of
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not allowed. So this is why Professor Oak went missing.
It's like you know how Native Americans say when you like take someone's picture, they lose a little bit of their soul. Totally happens when you identify a Pokemon with a Pokedex. It's like you have like a Pidgey like floating around being happy, and it's like number 12 Pidgey, and then the Pidgey's just soul dies.
Yeah, just holds the. Yeah, I mean that's how they store them in the computer.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we got more subjects too. We have worst Pokemon.
My answer is still 152 on.
Yeah, it's true. I got a good one though. Is fucking Ditto. Ditto is the shitty. They ran out of ideas like for a time with Ditto. They're like, make it like a blob, and then just give it whatever else. Just let it do whatever else they do. That's fine.
Fun fact. I actually learned this. Did you know that Ditto is rumored to be just excess cloned material from Mew when they were making Mewtwo?
He's Mew sperm. That's all. It's just Mew jizz. That's it.
That's what it would look like.
He's just
like if you look at it, it's totally what it is.
It's like, yeah, you should really wipe that up with a towel.
Yeah, like no one tried to catch it for the longest time. They just tried cleaning it up.
It just kind of hung out in the laboratory until it evolved sentience and shit like that.
It just evolved a face, and they were like, "Oh, it's apparently a thing."
I guess that's a Pokemon now.
Let's throw a Pokeball at it and see what happens.
Yeah, right. And what's inside a Pokeball? Is it like an apartment?
It's probably like this, like a small apartment.
It's like,
except
what happens when someone
loses
a Pokeball?
It's like a Clockwork Orange. Like when that guy's like strapped in the chair and they're like dripping solution onto his eyeballs. Except it's them watching themselves faint over and over again.
I've never seen Clockwork Orange.
You haven't?
I know. And I'm a movie buff. I really should.
I'm going to, after this episode, if you haven't seen Clockwork Orange, I'm totally YouTubing it and showing him, what the scene is. Because the Pokemon are going to be, strapped into the chair, their eyeballs, sprung open, just screaming at a screen.
I saw, Stephen King's It when I was really young.
So,
right? And
scary movies just never happened for you.
I saw, Moon 44, which is a fucked up old 1980s movie, and I just didn't need to see any more fucked up movies as a child.
So
what else we got?
Here's our last question that I think we have time for. How are disputes solved in the Pokemon world?
It's
like civil actions.
Yeah.
Like if you're late on your rent and your landlord wants to evict you because there's no government.
Yeah.
There's no government in that place.
There's no is it just come down to whoever the fuck has the stronger Pokemon? Is that really it?
It has to.
It's like if you have like a rock Pokemon, just one Geodude or some shit like that, and your landowner has
you have no rights.
Yeah, your landowner has a grass type and a water type and shit like that.
You just have no rights.
Yeah. Those are that's how it is. You just gotta deal with that shit.
You challenge him to a Pokemon fight, and you're like, no, my rent was due in 3 days from now, and you throw out a Geodude, your landlord throws out even just a shrug. It's just like a scrub. It's like a shelter.
I like the name Shrug. That has to be a Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon.
You
it's grass type.
Yeah, it's totally. Well, Shrug is it's just the.
He's a normal type Pokemon.
He's a normal. He's just fucking man. Normal types suck. They really do. Normal type is the worst Pokemon to beat. No one gives a shit. Zigzagoon is a normal type.
And we see how cool that those normal types are.
It's a garbage Pokemon.
If you set that thing on fire, you have a Typhlosion.
A what?
A Typhlosion. It's one of the starter Pokemon that evolved into. Oh, excuse me. You have you never played Gold or Silver?
No, I skipped straight ahead to Ruby and Sapphire.
All right, so I guess that's out of time, and we're out of lessons for Pokemon.
We really are. But thanks for watching.
Oh my God, subscribe?
Sure, it says comment, but yeah, like.
No, I fucked it up again.
One more time, like,
subscribe.
God damn it!
Comment
and subscribe, and let us argue
your opinions.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Woo!